See,
I see.
I knew it was something special about this thing from the beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I stuck with it.
Uh-huh.
Telling the truth, there's a certain level of pride that comes with this. So we gon' finish strong, proud, and resilient. This is muddy water. We keep it moving through the muddy water. Swerving hard through the muddy water. With a cup full of muddy water. Jumping out the muddy water. Pumping out the muddy water. We build bricks with this muddy water. Put them filters down, this is raw and uncut. And ain't no chaser with this mud, just straight to the good. I say we going live, he say nigga what's up. I say we getting high, he say nigga roll up. Another topic of discussion, a conversation piece. Monumental black boom born out of necessity. Now put them cups up, make a toast and feed on this recipe. Wise words, this is poor righteous teaching. From a rich type feature, adding wealth to my creature.
One that you sent me was a different one, so that was my first time watching them. But like, I'm interested in what you were saying about how the stuff was able to help your vision, though. I mean, like I said, I don't know about mine. Like, I have a detachment,
Right.
so
First come first, you know what I'm saying? Sanchez told me about you a while back, man, and he was telling me about your journey, and it inspired me, you know what I'm saying? He was saying, you know, like basically he was working out and eating good, and, you know, I was doing bad, you know what I'm saying, at that time, man. So, you know, all praises, man, all praise that really did inspire me, you know what I mean, to, you know, to do the same, and also to, you know, do a little bit of research, do a little bit of added research and all of that stuff. That's when I kind of got into the, you know, the herbal journey.
yeah, I mean that's really the only way you're gonna be able to get into it.
Oh yeah,
Because if you go off of, you know, what the doctors pushing or
man, I'm telling you, you know, the doctors, you know, I was shooting myself with the insulin. I was on, you know, metformin, Jardiance, all kind of stuff.
Trying to
you
put me on all
know what
that.
I'm saying? And it was making me feel worse. It was just like, you know,
yeah,
I couldn't get, you know, my mental was so messed up that I couldn't even get myself together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even focus at work. You know what I mean? When I came home, you know, to my family, like, you know, I had straight up attitudes and stuff. You know, I was mean.
I mean,
know?
they got you trading one thing out for another.
Exactly. You know, one thing that I did know that a whole lot of people said, you know, that you know, having type 2 diabetes, you know, it was, you know, reversible through you know, diet and exercise and stuff like that. So basically, you know, eating right, making sure you ain't eating nothing white. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing. Getting rid of your processed foods. You know what I mean? That's a big thing as well. But you know, the herbal journey just basically it took it a little bit further, you know.
Right. I mean, which, you know, I believe in that too. Like, I mean, once I got situated, I actually didn't even want to go to a primary doctor anymore.
Right.
Because I knew they were just going to try to push drugs on me.
Right.
So I started like looking into like holistic care and stuff like that, because I feel like it's more beneficial.
Right.
But it's harder to find a place who like accepts insurance that does holistic care.
Right.
So like even the places that have them, like you have to pay like full price. Like you get, if you don't know what to take already, like you getting what you need, but you having to pay a full price of what you would have to pay if you was going to a primary physician, to the doctor.
Right. Yeah, and they take, like I said, you're exactly right. You know, going holistic, it costs. It cost a lot, you know what I mean? And that's why I decided, I was like, okay, you know, I want to do the research. Like I said, in order for anything to work, you know, I always recommend everybody, you know, first start off with your gut, you know, your central nervous system, you know what I'm saying? Clean your gut, you know what I'm saying? We have a whole lot of herbs, and I carry them as well, you know what I mean? That'll help you clean your gut. You know, I have Butcher's Brew, Cena Leaf, just to name a few, you know, that'll help you clean your gut. Detoxing is good as well, you know, detoxing. That helps you when you do take the herbs, you know, it makes it more potent.
Right,
you
getting
know,
everything else.
Exactly, makes it more potent. Yeah. Some herbs that I use for my eyesight was the first one was eyebright. It's called eyebright and bilberry. You know, those two. You can take those two and mix it together. You can make it as a tea, or you can make it as a like a tincture. You can take it and let it sit in water for a little while. Then you can put it in the eye cup, and then you can put it over your eye for about a minute. You know, it's called eye rinse.
Right.
It's like an eye rinse. You know, you can do that as well. And
for me, I drink a lot of tea, so like it'd probably be easier for me to do.
Oh yeah, see, that's me. You know what I mean? I love drinking a lot of tea. You know what I mean? And it just depends on the convenience. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, I drink tea. Sometimes I pop a pill. You know what I mean? It just depends on the convenience of the situation. You know, I work a lot, so most of the time, you know, the pill is more better for me. But when I get home and relax, I drink a tea or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, what kind of things did you do on your journey? You know, I know Sanchez said that you exercised a lot, and he said that you started eating good.
Let me ask a question. I got a question. As far as I know that, you know, the diet and the herbs, it's kind of two different things. You can mix them together, but do you feel like that the process would have is better with them together or separate? Are the herbs more potent than the food?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes. You know what I mean? I'm not saying anything was wrong, because you know the way things were going, you know, I did the same thing and it was right. You know, the herbs are just an added benefit. You know what I mean? There's an added benefit to it. You know what I mean? And it does heal. It does work. Just take consistency.
Right.
Oh yeah, I think that'll be with everything.
Oh yeah.
Any questions you got for the podcast we did with him?
Nah, I mean, I would like to know more about like the eyebright and the other one that you named. I mean, like I say, if it's helpful, I mean, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to trying it to see what it does for me. I mean, but I just say that because I know with mine, I had the surgery to get it fixed,
right?
And it was like, you know, a 6-month process I had to wait after the surgery, and it still didn't change anything.
Right.
So, you know, that's when I just started to just move forward, like it is what it is.
Right.
So.
And the eyebright, basically, you know what I mean, it kind of it strengthens, like, you know, your retina and everything behind the eye. You know, the herbs.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah,
too.
the herbs. What they do, they repair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They get rid of things that's in our body that's not needed, and they also repair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the beneficial.
Because we was looking it up, and it was saying, like, in the back of the eye, it dries. It was drying up from the retina.
It dries up because of sugar too. You know what I mean? Like when we had diabetes,
right,
you know, basically we go blind because
that's what he told me.
You know what I mean? Because of the sugar that's caked up in the back.
So
of
that
eye.
eyebright, you know, prayerfully will lubricate that dryness and heal the retina.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
like, you know, even when I go to like my retina specialist, you know, when he checked me out, he didn't say, you still have like, it's still in my eyes. I mean, I'm not diabetic anymore, but it's still there from when
yeah. And see, they're not going to tell you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My doctor didn't tell me.
Allegedly.
And you know, I still go see my doctor. But I go see my doctor because I want to see how I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? I want to see, basically, where my A1C stays at. You know what I'm saying? How my blood glucose is. All of that stuff. That's
the same reason why I go, because if I didn't have to, I would. Right. I mean, the last time I went to the doctor, it was just to get my ears checked. Right. And, since I don't deal with the doctor like that anymore, when I was leaving, they didn't even schedule me for another appointment. They were just like, well, just call us when you need us. Right. And I was just thinking, like, I've never really heard them say that. Right.
Because you're good there.
Yeah. And it's like, as long as I'm straight,
Right. Yeah, so, all praises, man.
So I'm going to go ahead and do a little introduction at this point. So we back with Staff, a recent guest on our show, and we also brought Mr. Delgado, who both of these guys have reversed their diabetes and are not being affected by diabetes anymore. Brought Tad on because Tad had dealt with it for. Go ahead, tell your story.
Well, I dealt with it long. I think I was just more so. I was so young, I wasn't dedicated to doing what I needed to do. I had it since I was 16. So,
And how old are you now?
39. So I had, plenty of time to kind of take care of it, and I did. So I didn't start really taking care of it till about 2019.
Right.
And what was the process of that?
Oh, how you get? They say like.
So I found out like the day after my birthday. So it was type 2. I mean, when I was younger, I was heavy set, and I think I got drunk for the first time that night. So the next day, like at school, I'm noticing like I keep having to go to the bathroom. I keep having to pee, and I'm like, my spit feeling thick. So I'm like, I don't feel right. So I told my people when I got home, and then they took me to the doctor. They checked my blood sugar. It was 756. So they was like, it's 7 times higher than what it's supposed to be. So they just rushed me straight to the hospital. And see, I didn't realize like the seriousness of it, because they kept asking me, you all right? You all right? When they was checking me in, I didn't have to wait. They was like, you good? And I was like, I'm straight. And they was like, as high as it is, I should have been in a diabetic coma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, diabetic ketoacidosis.
That's how I first found out.
So prior to that, you ain't have none of those effects?
No, not until after that night.
That one night drinking?
Yeah, that one night. And then the next day when I was in school, I guess, I don't know if that like triggered it or whatever it was, but yeah, that's when I started noticing. That's when I found out I was diabetic.
After that one night.
Yeah, after that one night. And so, I mean, like I said,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, after that, I mean, I don't know if it's because I was young, the things that I ate didn't really affect me as much. So I just kind of started feeling like, just kind of taking it for granted, I guess. Like, I can still eat this, and this is straight, and that's straight. But it was just, over time, what started to happen. Because I mean, and honestly, I really never had any issue until the stuff happened with my vision. Because I think what happened first, initially, what made me want to change everything, I was in the hospital, but it was because of my blood pressure. And they kept me in there for like a week. And I was in there for like a week, and I was like, I ain't doing this again. So that's what made me get on the path of changing my health. So I changed my health, and my diabetes was kind of like a casualty. Like it improved because I was changing my health.
Mm-hmm. So, and when was this change? When did you start changing your health?
It was 2020.
2020.
Yeah, December 2020.
So you saying that the diabetes was laying dormant?
I think no, I had it, but I just wasn't really getting the effects from it like other people. Like, you know, I would hear like people older than me, younger than me, I was in the hospital, you know, stuff like that, saying they not taking care of their diabetes and stuff like that. And I guess it just didn't dawn on me because I never had
no problem.
Yeah, any issues. And I guess it was kind of hurtful to me because I'm thinking like, well, I'm good.
So you wasn't taking insulin?
When I first started, I started taking insulin, and then as things started progressing and I was doing a little better, they put me on Genumed. That's just the pill form. So I got off the shots and I started taking the pills, but I still was taking the pills. But like I said, through this whole thing, I never had any issues. Even when I would go to the doctor and my A1C would be high, they would, you know, tell me, well, you need to take care of this, that's dangerous. But I never physically experienced any danger until the stuff started happening with my eyes. And that's why I say I felt like I just went so long, like, you know, I'm straight.
Because you talking about almost, what, 15 years, right?
Yeah, like, you know, from 16
to 30.
Yeah.
How old? Wait a minute. You said you how old?
39. So, I mean, from 16 to 32, that's 16 years right there.
Right.
So, I'm just like, I'm straight. You know, I felt like as far as my weight, this and that, like, you know. But when it started to, so once I got everything situated, when I started experiencing stuff with my vision was 2021. So, I went to my doctor and I asked him, what was it? He was saying it was through diabetes, and I was saying how, and I'm not diabetic anymore. So he was saying,
so hold on. So you wasn't diabetic at that point?
No, I wasn't diabetic anymore.
Well, let's go back to how you know, once you got away from figured out you had reversed the diabetes. Go back to that first.
So when I got out the hospital, they wanted me to start taking blood pressure pills. And I think I might have took one, and it just like kind of made me like dizzy. And then like I pulled up the pill and I looked at the side effects. And you know,
so out the hospital, what year was this?
This was, I got out the hospital December 2020, 23. It was December 23rd, 2020.
And December 23rd, 2020. We did that talk. When was that? That was after that, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this was December 2020. So from that point, because I remember I got out 2 days before Christmas.
Right.
So from that point, I just started changing everything. So that's how so with my diet, I cut out all the sugary drinks. I cut out bread, pasta. I always didn't eat red meat. So I cut all that stuff out, and I just started noticing the difference from just that alone. Like I used to have acid reflux real bad. That went away. Everything just kind of started just changing from just me not eating those certain things. So I was eating more so vegetables, and I was using beans. I was making like a lot of pinto beans for my carbs. I mean for my protein instead of eating meat at the time. So then once it changed up, I started going back into bringing the chicken and the turkey and stuff back in. But from just those changes
how did you know it changed up?
Well, I mean, I could tell with the weight loss. I could tell with my energy. I could just tell how things were feeling different. Like when I originally went to the hospital, it was for my foot. But so once they got my foot fixed, they told me that my blood pressure was high.
What was going on with the foot?
I had a diabetic ulcer on my feet, on my toe. So once they got that straightened out, they told me that my blood pressure was too high. But after I started changing all of that stuff, like I don't have any problems with my feet. I don't have sores on my feet. And this was just from changing my diet. This is before I even started exercising. So I had lost so much weight from just the diet change. Then I started exercising just to keep things healthy still, yeah.
So that was an internal thing you did, like just carrying forward, or like what propelled you to start working?
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, for me, it was for me, but it was for my son too, though. Like when I was in the hospital for that week, like I felt like I wasn't gonna never get out, and like he was calling me on FaceTime and stuff like that. And, like that shit was like bothering me. So that's why I was like, I gotta change it up, because I see how he looking at me, and I'm like, I don't want to be in that position where he have to come see me in the hospital or look at me like,
you can't do something.
Right, I can't do something for him.
I need everybody to like, share, and follow this video on YouTube, please, man. It's a great story. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, I was self-driven, but my son was my motivation too. But for me, seeing the results of the weight change from my diet and working out, and I remember when I first started working out, I didn't have a prescription of pills of the Genumet that I was taking. And I had called the prescription in, and they told me that I couldn't get it filled because I hadn't been to the doctor in so long. So I was just like, bummed. So I just kept doing what I was doing. So then finally, I made an appointment to go to the doctor.
And when was it? What year was this? What time?
This was February
2021.
So I went to the doctor. So I had already started making like the changes, like with the weight loss and everything. So this is in the beginning stages of them seeing what's going on. So I went to the doctor. I'm talking to my doctor, and I'm telling her how I'm making this transition. And I don't know if she's not believing me or not. And I told her, she pulled my stuff. She's like, everything is looking okay. Check my A1C. My A1C was lower than normal. It was still kind of high. It was like 7 something.
That's good.
So I'm telling her that I hadn't took any medication because they wouldn't give me any. And she was like, so you did all of this with no medication? I'm like, right. So she was like, well, I'm gonna prescribe you this since you done came back. And I told her, so why would I need to take that if I hadn't took it and I'm doing fine? And she was like, well, just in case, I'm gonna still write you this, and you can take this if you need to. So I said, cool. I took it, and I never opened it. So my next checkup was within 3 months from February. So I went back after those 3 months.
May.
Yeah. So I went back. Everything was even better because now I was kind of like in full swing.
You ain't took nothing.
I ain't took nothing. I brought all the pills, the blood pressure pills they had gave me, the Genumet for diabetes they had gave me. I brought everything, and I told them I hadn't took none of this. And they was looking at my weight, my blood pressure, A1C was like 5.2. Everything was good across the board. And she was like, I can bring you off of the medicine. So then they took me off of the medicine. So I was just like, listen, if I don't gotta take no medicine, I don't even see why I need to go to the doctor. So I just kind of stopped going after that. I just started monitoring everything myself. So I mean, I check my blood pressure every day. I check my my reading once a day, and it's normally always the same.
Everything good.
Yeah, everything good. But all that was just coming from just diet and exercise.
That plays a big part.
So, so moving to my vision troubles came in October.
After me and you had talked about what you experienced. Because it probably wasn't about 6 months after that you called me and you was like, bro, can't even cut no more.
Yeah, this was it happened fast. So October
Yeah.
First, I was going to a
2021.
2021. I was going to a play. So I went to the play, and the seats that I got are the seats that we normally get. So I'm looking at the people on the stage, and I'm like, why they look so blurry? So I'm thinking I need new glasses. I'm lifting my glasses up. I'm like, because normally I can see them better and I can see their faces. But like I could see them, but I couldn't see their faces, like their features. So I noticed that. I'm thinking like, okay, I need to make an appointment to give me some more glasses. So then maybe the next day, I'm in the car and I'm looking down at the time, and it's looking different, like it's not as clear. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta make an appointment. I get my appointment set for October 7th. I go in to my regular eye doctor. They told me that it looked bad. So this was just like out of the blue. They told me it looked bad. They was like, listen, we're gonna cancel this appointment. We're not even gonna charge you. We're gonna send you to a specialist. So then they sent me to a retina specialist the same day. I talked to him. He diagnosed me legally blind. I'm like, I'm a barber. And he was like, you cut her right now? And I was like, yeah. And I asked him, I said, so how much longer do I have? And he said, I don't know. He said, but the way it looked right now, like you shouldn't be touching no kind of scissors or anything like that. So that was the 7th. I cut my last head October 11th. It was a Sunday. So like my first 2 customers were customers that I always cut. So I just kind of went through the head. My 3rd customer was a kid that I had never cut before. So like I struggled so hard on the head. I said to myself, if I finish this cut, I left the shop after that. And I didn't never go back because I could see the head, but I couldn't see the details that I needed to see the cut. So from October 7th to October 11th, it had progressed that fast. By October 21st, I didn't have any vision in my right eye. So that's how fast it went from just the start of October to October 21st. October 21st, 2021, I lost the vision in my right eye.
But the diabetes is still.
But yeah, see, it was the diabetes. See, when I went to the doctor and I asked him, he said it was because it had started attacking my vision in 2018. So when I was getting everything straight, 2020, 2021,
it was still back.
Yeah, it was already in there. So it didn't matter what I did after that because it had already. Yeah, the damage had already started. Yeah, so when I got rid of the diabetes, I got rid of it, but that damage that was there was it was already still there. So, I mean, you know, it took me some time to wrap my head around it because it made me feel like, you know, a day late, $1 short. Like, you know, if I would have took care of it sooner, then I probably could have prevented what happened. But
we don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
So, you know, you saw the whole conversation about how staff fixes the whole thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I say, you know, that's why I'm saying I'm kind of interested to see, you know.
Yeah, and I was like on the same way. You know, mine was, you know, I didn't go on. I didn't think I was going on that long. You know, I know it. At one point in time, I picked up a lot of weight. You know, I got up to about 210 pounds. You know,
were you taking shots?
I was,
Were you taking shots?
Well, this is before I found out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was about to say. I know the insulin ad.
Right. Before I knew I had diabetes. You know what I mean? I got 210 pounds. I'm used to being like 170. You know, I picked up a whole bunch of weight. You know, and I never really felt bad. You know what I'm saying? But now when you look back on it, you know, I did feel sluggish and didn't have a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? At that time, Also being said, when I was across the street over some friend's house and I was drinking, and I fell asleep over there, and then when I got up, my vision was off. I was like, man, what's going on? So I was, at that time I was thinking, well, I'm drunk. Maybe I'll go to sleep, and wake up. You know what I'm saying? I'll be all right. And I woke up, it was still there. So I was like, well, I'm gonna give it another day or so. If it don't, clear up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's good. So it was still there. So then I went to the emergency room. They told me they was like, then my sugar, it was like right at about 5. Yeah, it was like 5. So they rushed me. I went to my primary care. Then they rushed me to the emergency room. Shot me up with insulin, trying to get everything down. I was still couldn't see for a little while. You know what I'm saying? That part, it kind of eventually went away, but I can still tell, the effects, the damage, because, it was like, even though I could see a little bit after the fact, I was still struggling, like squinting, and really had to focus, and it was just like I'm seeing white dots, you know what I'm saying, all over the place, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying, and I was like it, you know what I'm saying, for years, you know what I'm saying, until I came into, doing the herbs. Then I started taking the iBright, and the bilberry, and basically what I was doing, I was just making like a little eye wash. I was making an eye wash out of it, and it took some time, to make my vision better. But it says, sometimes, being a diabetic, what it does, we can eat and exercise, but internally, we can still have some damage, because that's what it does. It attacks and it damages your organs, mainly your pancreas, you know what I'm saying. So with the herbs, you know what I mean, they build and repair, they build and repair, you know what I'm saying. And it helped me, you know what I'm saying? Right. Big time. Another thing you said, urination, man. I remember sitting in, every time I go get a cut, I be sitting in Sanchez chair. Man, I gotta pee, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's
what
man.
It was like, man,
just go.
Man, it's like, man, I'm telling you, every time you drink something, you be so thirsty. You like water don't even satisfy. You got to drink an orange soda or something. You know what I'm saying? And every time you drink, it's like every drop comes out, man. It was something, man. But I tell you, eating good, getting rid of the whites, the processed foods, and I told my doctor the same thing. She looked at me like she knew. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm still.
Yeah, they know. But it's their job.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
To push that on you.
Yeah, I'm still giving this medication. You know what I'm saying? And then some stuff, they lie to you. I know my doctor, and a whole lot of them, they say, don't eat grapes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Grapes is one of the most powerful and healing foods you can eat. Really,
so you do
rid of diabetes.
Okay, yeah, I was getting ready to say, listen, grapes,
the seeded ones,
and bananas are one of the main things that I eat. I mean, just for the fiber and the water in it.
Right. But and another herb, man, that it can, moringa. Moringa is a great herb. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you got 7 times potassium of 15 times potassium of a banana, 7 times vitamin C of an orange. You know what I mean? And tons of other health benefits.
And that's what the moringa.
Yeah, that's what the moringa. We talk about spirella a lot. That's one of my favorite herbs. It's actually more potent than sea moss. You know what I'm saying? Right. With your sea moss, I think it has 92 of the 106 vitamins that your body already produce. The chlorella and spirella mixed together is a whole lot better than that. You know what I'm saying? And it's more convenient. Right. Some people can't handle that taste of the sea moss.
Oh, if it tastes worse than moringa, mean, the moringa pretty bad.
Yeah, you know, it's how you put. You know, I used the moringa, like the most of my teas, you know, is either powder.
Yeah,
but with my moringa, I use like the leaf, the dry leaf. You know, some people make the powder. I don't like the powder.
That's how I had.
Yeah, I do the dry leaf. You know what I'm saying, and make the tea and just let it steep and all of that stuff. You know, I mean, you can really barely taste it like that. And Chlorella is a superfood, you know what I'm saying? And one of the things that it does is it takes all the toxins out of your body, you know what I'm saying? So when you're in your home, when you outside, when you're at your job, in your car, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? It takes all of that stuff, you know, out of your body, you know. When we out here, we breathing in, you know, heavy metals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It pulls all of that stuff out of your body through your urine. You know what I'm saying? So that's some good. And you can also tell you can kind of feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you feel more lighter on your feet. You feel more focused. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, not to cut you off, but all that stuff, it can come through herbs and teas, but it can also come other ways too, like through fasting. I could realize like the clarity that I gain in my thinking, even with my skin, like my skin elasticity just from fasting alone.
That fasting is a monster. You know what I'm saying? I would recommend, you know, at least doing intermediate fasting.
Right.
You know, when you're fasting, you know, you're killing all that bad stuff. Because what you're doing, you know, you starving it. You know what I'm saying? You starving it. You know what I'm saying? So it can't grow. It can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? But lay dormant and come out. You know what I'm saying?
And once you go, like, if you go into fasting, once you go past like 24 hours, then that's when your body kicks into when the inside start eating off of what's already there.
Yeah.
And that's another way to help with people if they're trying to lose weight or just get tighter skin or just whatever. It all helps because it starts eating away that bad stuff that's in there.
Oh yeah.
So
all right, so we got, you know, that was a good moment. Like we got you know how people recommend shit, but they recommend it based on school or what they heard, what they read. Like, cause I've heard that before, but to have done it, like you know, the perspective, man. Like, do you know anybody that did what you did?
What? As far as
this whole bringing yourself back, like having to learn, having to figure it out yourself.
No, but I mean, like I say, for me, it's like the results did it for me. I mean, and then when I can see it, cause like, okay, like when I started to fast, like for me, my intermittent fasting only went for 12 hours. I never went past that. So that was me getting up. I work out. By the time I'm doing my workout, I'm making sure that I'm eating by 6. So I eat at 6. I won't touch anything else until 6 o'clock. So I got used to that. Transition. So then once I started to look into the fast, and it's called autotography. That's when you go past the 24 hours of fasting, and what's going on in your body starts to eat away. So when you eat fat, it stores in your body. So when people just be eating every day or eating every minute, like, oh, I'm hungry, you're not really. That's why you have to train your mind.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah, like
your
stomach shouldn't tell you you're hungry.
Right.
Your mind should tell you that you're hungry. Because if not, you're just gonna eat.
Because the food is a drug. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
and that fat builds
what they
up.
call it endorphins up in your body.
So
to your head.
Yeah, and that's what it is. But so that fat stores when you eat and you get fat, it stores. So when you go into the 24 hours of fasting, you go over there and your body kicks past ketosis and it goes into the autophagy. That's when this parts of your body starts to eat at that store of fat.
Right.
And that's what helps with you to lose weight, keep your skin elasticity, all that stuff will come in. It brings in mental clarity, everything.
Good stuff right there.
But yeah, so I mean, just when I started doing that, I just started to notice. So now I've never gone over a 24-hour fast.
Right.
Like, you know, they say that once you go 24 to try 36. But I've done a 24-hour fast to where, I 24-hour fast most of the times. So even like today, my window is from 5 to 7.
Right.
So I'll eat at 5, and I'll eat everything that I need to eat between 5 and 7, and then I cut off until 5 the next day. And my blood pressure is regulated, my diabetes is regulated, everything is fine. I mean, like I said, the only thing that I do still have issues with is just my vision, and that's, that is what it is.
So you got anything else?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
a whole bunch, man.
Go ahead.
Were you reading books while you was going through this?
Yeah, so I actually got that the fasting. Elijah Muhammad wrote a book called
Eat to Live.
yeah.
Something like that. How to Live to Eat, something like that.
That's it, and that's where he talks about that. So, but then when I pulled up the scientific side of it, that's how I learned about the autophagy and all of that stuff. But that's how he started out from the Eat to Live is eating one meal a day. And so you start however you want to start, whether it's 12 or 18, 24, and once you can build up to where you have that to go, his thing is to do 36 hours once a month. That you just fast and you only drinking water or tea or coffee with nothing in it. Because if you take in any
with nothing in it, when you say nothing in it,
like
sugar.
no sugar, no milk.
Cream.
Yeah, you drinking it plain.
no honey.
Yeah, because see, when you take in sugar or carb, it'll knock you out of ketosis, and it'll start the whole process over. So once you start fasting, you're just gonna take in either water or plain tea. Like I drink green tea, and I don't put anything in it. I just steep it and then I just drink it plain. Because whatever you add to it, that's gonna knock you out of ketosis and basically take away from everything that you've been doing.
Okay.
So you still can do that and keep going.
I'm glad you told me that.
Oh yeah.
I might have to try that, and instead of putting honey in it, just eat it, just drink it plain.
But I mean, because you look at it, like even if you look during that time of, even the 70s or even before that, if you look at like warriors, they didn't eat every day, and they still survived.
Yeah.
They hunted their food, they ate, and they didn't eat again until they got hungry. Like,
well, that's just like dog fighting. You don't feed the dog 2 days before a fight. You see what I'm saying? You give him, and you keep water away from him a little bit, so when he in the fight, he ain't worrying about eating. He ain't worrying about no water. He like, I'm going,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, and that's just how people have been conditioned to think that they need that stuff, to need to eat. I need to eat breakfast. I need to eat lunch. I need to eat dinner. And
breakfast
then you
with his breakfast. Break from fat.
Yeah, and then you get your snacks and stuff like that. But they didn't have that back then, and they still survive.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's so much food now, people don't look at it like that.
But that's a new concept. Like, people wasn't fat like they are now.
No.
Years ago.
No.
Like, that's brand new shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we talking about spiritual shit. This shit is in the Bible.
Yeah, fasting.
Yeah.
And you look at it, if you don't know no better, just as like some church shit. Like, okay, they fasting for church. But You know what I'm saying?
Bigger than that.
But see, it's bigger than that because of what it gives you. Like, we're talking about fasting from food, but I'm saying like whatever it may be, like this could be plaguing you. Like, I mean,
Parasites.
No, I mean, like, okay, just say for instance, I say social media. If you take a fast from social media, you'll see how your clarity improve from that. I'm talking about like my fast was from food, and I was able to gain clarity. But now because I fast, a 12-hour fast now to me is nothing. Most of the time it's either 18 to 24 hours when I fast. But your thinking, the way you think about things, the way you looking at stuff, like, you know, even when I have conversations with people, the way things are able to come clearer to me just from the clarity of that, of what I'm not eating, and just from the fasting. I mean, I see the difference in it. So, I mean, I'm a results person. So when I just start seeing those results, like, okay, this is working. Okay, I've noticed this. Right. You know, I just, I'm just, I stick with what I see working.
Y'all make sure y'all like this video, man. Like, share, and follow.
Good stuff.
Check it out.
I got a lot, man.
So let's go back to your story again. After all of, you know, this eyesight, you're not cutting hair anymore. After that, then where you at now with your condition?
Where was I at then, or you mean where am I at like right now?
That's, however you want to tell it, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm saying right now. I mean, my vision has not changed since then. So I've just been doing everything I can to keep everything how it is. Mm-hmm. So when it changed, where I was left on October 21st, that's where I am now.
Well, I more wanna hear the story of how you continue to, you know what I'm saying, live your life through this condition. That's what I'm talking about. That's the inspirational to me.
So I had the surgery March of 2022, and they told me it would be at least 6 months. It could happen anytime, but the window was 6 months. So through that, nothing ever happened, because I was thinking like, you know, maybe something happened, I can get some vision back, I can go back into cutting or just whatever the case may be. So nothing came from that. So through those months, I was still doing what I was needing to do, but it was just kind of taking the toll, like, on my mental.
Frustrated. Right,
yeah. You know, I was frustrated. I was trying not to think about it. You know, I'm big on, like, positive energy and positive mindset. Like, you know, you can think yourself into disease. You can think yourself into whatever. Like, you know, if you the kind of person with negative thoughts and negative outlooks, it'll affect you. Like, it's been shown that, like, cancer comes from people who manifest it.
Yeah, because most time you find out you got cancer, that's when you go down.
But see, but if you look at a lot of people that have gotten cancer, and you look at like the traits from it, it's people who worry, it's people who are always angry, it's people who have a sedentary lifestyle, like they don't get out and move and see and do stuff. Like, being into that kind of lifestyle, it's gonna make you feel kind of miserable. Like, if you sit at home all day and you watch the same shows, you're not exercising, you eat the same foods, where do you think your mindset gonna be at? You're not thinking about anything new.
Judging people on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, and you just getting all that stuff. So when you start feeling depressed or just whatever the case may be, and you holding on to that stuff,
it's gonna fester.
It's gonna fester, and that's how you start to manifest like those cancers, because everybody has the trait, but it's how you choose to live is whether the trait comes out or not. And like for me, when I was in that situation, I was just kind of messed up because I was just trying to think, what was my next move? I went to barber school straight out of high school, so cutting hair was really all I knew. So once I was able to start getting my head straight and I just started thinking positive, I started to research stuff that I could do with visual impairment. And a few things that I seen. At first I was seeing things and I was thinking, well, these people must have lost their vision while they already had these jobs. Because I was seeing stuff like lawyers and teachers and stuff like that, and I couldn't see somebody with visual impairment going to law school. So when I started to see things that I could do, some of the things that reached out to me and spoke to me was massage therapy and physical therapy. Because I was looking and it was people that were 100% blind and they still do massage therapy and they still do physical therapy. So in my mind, I was looking like, well, I need to get in there and get that technique just in case if anything happens to my vision. So between the two, I chose massage therapy because for one, it was a shorter time. Massage therapy is 8 to 10 months. Physical therapy was 18 months to 2 years. And most of the classes were online, and I thought that would be harder for me with my vision. So I chose the massage therapy. And I went back to school and got everything that I needed to learn from that. And once I graduated, they were able to get me a position set up with Massage Envy. So everything just kind of played out. And that's what I mean when I say just positive mindset. Like I had in my mind that what happened with my vision was not going to be my final chapter. Like I wasn't going to become dependent on anybody. I still did everything I needed to do. I went to school. I mean, I went to school. I was on the dean's list. And it was people in my class that wasn't on the
massage school.
Yeah, it was people in my class that wasn't on the dean's list. Because I just had in my mind, I'm not going to let anything stop me from getting back to where I was. So just with that mindset, I was just able to go through there and do what I needed to do. And now I'm back, working and having a career. So, I mean, like I say, whatever you do,
that's huge, man.
Whatever you do, just have positive mindset, man. It'll take you where you need to go.
Man, that is.
You got something?
Alright, so
that's good stuff right there, my man. That's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna dwell on it, because I forget.
Yeah, because I ain't through with that story, but go ahead.
Well, this is quick. Like you mentioned that herbs are expensive. I just wanted to point out like that's another reason, another deterrent for people looking for help. Like the insurance pay for all of it, but you gotta pay that out of pocket dollars for herbs and such.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of it is a deterrent because the healthier things like the herbs and the foods, all that stuff costs more. And that's why I say people go to what's easiest for them.
Yeah, easy.
Whether it's food, I mean, you got a 99-cent menu or $1.49 menu, which is going to be faster, cheaper. And they're going to go more convenient. It's the convenience. I mean, and that's just like, even if you're looking at something, even as far as just religion, for example. It's so many religions because people, they want to get into what fits them. Like just for example, if you got one religion that does this 5 days a week, and then this religion does stuff 6 days a week, then there's somebody that's like, okay, well, I think I like the 6 days better than 5. So I'm gonna go with
religion.
that.
That's religion.
And that's why I so many because they looking at it like, well, this kind of fit me better.
Mm-hmm. This fits my situation.
Right. So you feel like you can go do what you want to do, and I can still fall up under the umbrella of being in this religion. And that's how so many of them get created. But it's just the convenience of all the stuff to me.
But let's look at what's subsidized. We got insurance companies. We got WIC and all that shit. Like, they pay for us to kill ourselves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Most of the stuff that's approved by the Surgeon General will kill you.
Yeah. The FDA.
Like, when they be like, oh, it's got the Surgeon General warning on it. Yeah. Cigarettes do too. Or just whatever. I mean, the stuff you clean your house with.
Yeah.
Perms.
Yeah.
All that stuff is Surgeon General approved.
Toothpaste.
But if you overuse it or just using it alone, I remember seeing where baby powder was causing ovarian cancer for women.
Killing babies and all?
Yeah, it's FDA approved. Yeah. Like, I mean, if you don't know, like, we basically like test subjects, so you have to do your own research, because if you do, just because you seeing somebody else doing it,
don't mean it's going.
Yeah, it don't mean it's for you or it's good for you. That's just like growing up, you see white people on TV and they got commercials for Head and Shoulders. That's not even a black shampoo.
It's not.
But they don't have commercials for what they do now, but they didn't have commercials that highlighted what you should use for black hair or stuff like that. So for the mass population, they thinking, oh, I need to go get some mane and tail or Head and Shoulders or whatever the case may be. But that's just because that's what they pushing to you.
Yeah. And eventually, like I said, it kills you.
That
stuff put all the metals and stuff in your body as well. You know what I'm saying?
And they're not gonna tell you any of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like we was talking about the toothpaste. It said, children under 6 years old, shouldn't take fluoride. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go to the store right now and you buy some children's toothpaste and it has fluoride in it.
Hello toothpaste. If you got kids under 6, I mean, my son, he's 6, and I give him Hello toothpaste. It's no fluoride in it. But I mean, that's why I say you just have to research the stuff, because I mean, they try to get you so many ways. Like, even for people that don't eat red meat, like, I mean, I don't eat like any kind of like sausage links or anything, but like they have chicken sausage, turkey sausage.
But
you look at the back. The ingredients say it's a pork casing.
Right, dude.
So what good is it if you giving me chicken sausage? It's chicken, but it's wrapped in pork. Like, you have to look at it and make sure that you get the one that says collagen.
Man, we had it during it was a couple of years ago. We was eating them Tontino's, the hamburger pieces, because we don't eat pork. So you know what I mean. My daughter so happened to look. She read the ingredients. She was like, Dad. She said, this is pork with hamburger seasoning. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bruh. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm glad you caught that, but that's how they try to fool you.
Yeah, because if you don't know, like looking at stuff like Red 5 is a dye.
Yeah.
It's pork. If you see Red 5 or something, you may not be eating pork. Like,
they be intending it, but you eating it. Yeah.
But you eat gelatin. It's pork, like, all that stuff.
Jello?
So, like if you go to the herb store and you see they have pills and it says like these are like plant based, it's not gelatin, because you can get gel capsules.
You get
they give you water pills to help with blood pressure. This gel tablets, and that's pork raising your blood pressure.
Yeah.
So that's what,
man.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta read.
If you don't know,
you gotta read that stuff.
You sitting here taking these water pills, thinking, "Oh yeah, this helping with my blood pressure." But if you're taking a gel tablet, you still taking something that can raise your blood pressure.
Is that on purpose, or is that?
But it's you not knowing. I mean, how can you purposely sell chicken sausage knowing it's wrapped in a pork casing? Cause I'm buying this because I ain't want pork.
Right, exactly. But it's still.
No, I'm talking about a person, about the distributors and the.
Yeah.
So FDA is allegedly is purposeful that they do that?
I think it's all purpose because
That's nuts.
Because for one, they let the doctors get their money first. Like you can be sitting in the doctor's office and you see somebody come in with a briefcase. They about to go talk to that doctor and get him some new drugs to push out. And the doctor get a kickback off of every prescription that he write. Mm-hmm. That's why when I'm telling my doctor, hey, I hadn't took this at all and I'm doing straight. And she's saying, I'm going to write you this anyway.
She's trying to get paid.
She gets a kick off of whatever she writes. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here telling you, I have not took this in 3 months and I'm straight. I'm gonna just give it to you anyway.
Because she getting the kickback.
Mm-hmm. So I come back and I'm like, I still hadn't took none of this. So now you gotta take it away. And that's why I said it made me think about, do I want to get a primary provider because they're not gonna do anything but push drugs on you. You have to literally tell them, I'm not taking that. Because if not, they're just gonna keep trying to push it on you. But the point I was making is the doctors get their money first. They come out with these new commercials and you see the commercials, live your life, taking this, taking that. A year later, you'll see another commercial because now it's time for the lawyers to get their money. Mm-hmm. The lawyer going to be on the commercial saying, hey, if you took Ozempic and this happened to you, they knew that before they gave it to you. But the doctors had to get their money, get everybody taking it. Now a year later,
so who paying this lawsuit? The state?
But the lawyer, lawyer about to get his money because he gonna get the money for you that the doctor fucked you up on.
But that's what I'm saying. Who's paying that lawsuit? We are.
But you messed up from them side effects, but you gonna get your money for it, and then the lawyer gonna get his money for it. But see, they knew that going in.
But you ain't suing the doctors and the doctors. You suing us.
But you suing them.
We paying the lawsuit.
You suing the pharmaceutical, that medicine. That's who you suing. But they knew that
how pharmaceuticals able to stay
because they got so many people getting paid off of it. Why you think it ain't no cure for cancer?
That's an equation.
Because if you cure, there's no more money.
So they got it there mapped out to a science, math out.
Yeah, because that's how everybody getting their money.
Wow.
We give it to them. Now you taking it. They already know after you've been taking it for a year or so, them side effects gonna start kicking in.
And they don't want us to heal ourselves, you know.
Yeah, and
that's why they killed Dr. CB. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why it was a black woman. I forget the story, but she carried the gene actually to kill cancer. You know what I'm saying? They made her sick. Yeah, Henrietta. Yeah, so they got her sick and killed her. You know what I'm saying? Just so they couldn't heal.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much knowledge. Like before I knew what soursop was,
but it's a beast.
I was in Jamaica, so I'm seeing soursop just like
on the trees.
Yeah, just
all over the place.
So we go on a tour and they talking about how soursop kill AIDS. It kill AIDS, and it's just out. It's just out over there. Mm-hmm. It's nowhere to be found over here. Mm-hmm. Like it's just out there. Like you can pick it. Here, ain't no soursop here.
You're not gonna divide and show you nowhere around here.
No,
not the fruit itself.
Yeah, no. I'm like I've not known it to be soursop anywhere over here.
Yeah.
And that's just what I'm saying. Like they don't want you to know about that stuff because if you can stop it, if you can cure it, all these cancer centers going down, all these radiology, these cancer doctors, all this stuff is over because you done got rid of it.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I be trying to point out how crazy it is for two of y'all to be in the same room. Like everybody needs to know this because it's and go back to what's subsidized, the path it directs you to, and then the right path. Like y'all two proven, and people, struggling. A lot of people, diabetes and shit, and they don't know. about this shit.
I think it just comes to a point, you know, where you wanna. We gotta take better care of ourselves. You know what I mean? We definitely have to eat better. You know, staying spiritually grounded. As well. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says in we supposed to fast. You know what I'm saying? When you fast, you know you get that connection with the Most High. You know what I mean? When you fast, you know. So that is something that, you know, we are supposed to do anyway. You know, he says, you know, we can eat anything green. You know, in the Bible, you know, they spoke when he talked about meat. You know, green, our greens and stuff. You know, we eat like, you know, it says in Leviticus. You know what I'm saying? We really have to pay attention and adhere, you know, to those laws as well, because like I said, you know, it can help us, you know. He says, you know, we can eat the fish of the sea, but only the fish with scales. So we're not supposed to be eating shrimp, lobster, you know, we not, probably make some people hard, but we're not supposed to be eating catfish. You know what I'm saying? Of all the birds of the air, you know, we're not supposed to be eating the raven, the hawk, the eagle, so and so forth. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I feel like when we adhere to those laws, you know, they're for our people for a reason. You know what I'm saying? For us for a reason. And it's healthy and it keeps us alive.
I mean, and you have to have people that want to take accountability for that stuff too, though. Like you can go somewhere and, you know, black people love to do a crab boil.
Man, yeah.
And you can go somewhere and tell them, you know, what's bad and what, you know, what not to eat. But
as long as it's good, you know
right,
what I'm saying? That's what this was my grandma and them used to do this. You know what I'm saying? So get out of here.
Yeah. People gonna do what they gonna do. But like, I wanna like highlight kind of like from what he was saying earlier about mindset and why it's important to get your physical health straight, but you got to get your mental health straight too. Like positive thinking, what they don't tell you. Like, so like a lot of times you could be thinking that you about to come down with a cold or something, and you go to the doctor and they tell you everything is fine. After that, you even start feeling better. But it's not them, it's you. It's your mindset. A lot of people don't realize that they get prescribed placebos. And that's a sugar pill. It's nothing. It's nothing in it. But it's your mindset. You thinking, I'm taking this pill, it's making me better. It's your thought process. Just making you feel better. Because the pill is not doing anything. But because you thinking, oh, they done gave me this. And see, that's how people are ruled by their mess. Because they feel like, oh, I gotta go take this pill. Because you think it's helping you. But if you just thought positive, you don't need the pill.
But when they think they forgot their pill,
you think
and then they
need it.
I don't feel
I ain't have my pill on.
You know what I'm saying?
It's your mind. That's what they've done to you mentally, and now you feel like I got to have that. You don't have to have it. They have you feeling like you need it, and now you depending on that pill that you don't even need. When if you just stop taking it, kept the same positive mindset, you would see that your body would start healing on its own. But you taking that pill, and if it's not a placebo, it's giving you some other side effect that the pill has. Now, placebo is not going to give you anything because it's just a sugar pill. But that's basically just showing how it works to where you think, okay, I took this, now I'm good. And you feeling better, but it's all in your head.
So do you think with taking diabetic medication, or I'm just going to say any kind of medication, it has the problem, but it gives you the mind to still do what you want to do? Like, say for instance, like being a diabetic, they giving you insulin and Jardiance and all of this stuff. it makes you numb, but it still helps you or make you feel like you can still go out and eat the white food, you know, the white breads and the white rice.
I think it does. I think it's blinding to people.
Right.
Like I'm gonna go to what you said, but like it's a commercial on the radio that like aggravates me super bad. So they're trying to push people. It's a guy on there, and he talk about a guy named Big Lou. Mm-hmm. And he say, call Big Lou. Big Lou on drugs just like you. Like, you know, he taking medicine for his blood pressure too. Like, that don't make it cool.
Right.
Like, just because somebody else has the same situation going on that you have, it does not make it cool to say, okay, well, I'm taking this medicine. And right. and to the point that what you were saying, what I'm saying about that is, so they push you the insulin and the Janumet and all of that stuff, and you feel like it's helping. But if you took it into your own hands, like I'm taking insulin because I still want to go eat this burger.
Right. That's exactly. Yeah. Damn
the burger. Don't take nothing that's gonna give you side effects. Right. And just fix.
And that's what I was
right.
And that's what I see every day.
Yeah,
a lot of people, they're taking these medications and stuff. You know, they're taking them just so they could continue to do what they usually do.
And it's a word for it.
Right.
It's called a malingerer.
Right.
Look the word up. It's a malingerer, and that person is worshiping that pill bag.
Right.
Because they feel like if I don't, I can't drink no more. Mm-hmm. I can't go do this no more. I'm gonna take these 6 pills. Now, you taking 6 pills. What kind of side effects you think you get from each 6?
You got people that probably just say that. Yeah. Be like, let me take my pills. I'm about to go.
I got
to go to the cookout.
I got some people I know. You know what I mean? That they take blood pressure medication. You know what I'm saying? But then, like when I go out there and I see them or something, they got a big plate of fried chicken, you know what I'm saying? Butter all over there,
Cause they done took that pill and they feel like they good.
Yeah, and then, you know what I'm saying? They come in and I see it the next day, man, I got a headache, man. I forgot to take my pee. you understand what I'm saying?
Malingerer is pretending to have an illness in order to get a benefit.
There you go.
That's what I'm telling you.
There you go.
That's what I'm telling you.
In order to get a benefit, pretending to have an illness. So what, other people feel for you or something?
Shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But see, what I'm saying is, you know what the issue is. You don't have to rely on these pills, but you rely on the pills when you can fix it without the pills. Like, think about all the people that was before us that lived to be 100. 300, right. And they didn't have any pills. They had water and just the regular stuff that was out. Yeah, fruits. You know what I'm saying? And now you done came up with all this other stuff saying, well, this'll help, this'll help, this'll help. Ain't nobody in this town that lived to be 300, 400 years old.
Mm-hmm. And see,
because everybody's stressing too damn much.
And see, the thing is, like I say, like with the
and they taking in too much.
Yeah, like with the big farmers and versus being eating right, you know what I'm saying, working hard to be healthy, the big farm is just convenient. You understand what I mean? It's more convenient. It's easier to go out and take a pill than go out here and to eat right and go out and exercise. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a whole lot of people is going for.
Everybody wants
to have
fun.
Yeah.
Fun food.
I mean,
but you can have fun and feel better. You understand what I'm saying?
But it don't taste right.
That
don't taste right though.
And you can't. And that's why I say people go for the convenience. They go for the quick fix. Mm-hmm. I mean, just the way things are now, it makes people so impatient.
Right. I was about to get on that. Kind of cut in like that plays into the whole. I don't cook. If you ain't willing to cook, you damn sure ain't willing to.
Right.
Be choosy about
what do a whole lot of people do? You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of people work a 9-to-5 job. You know what I'm saying? Most likely when they get off of work, they tired, they're drained, they got to deal with kids, this, that, and the other. Most of the time they don't want to go home and cook. what they gonna do.
Oh, man, I respect it.
Hit up the workplace in the world, McDonald's. you know what I'm saying? Burger King. You know, I'm just saying because I live that life. I used to live that life. You know what I'm saying? My life was just so hectic. You know, I was, you know, one of them little Caesar $5 joints. You know, go to Hardee's. You know what I'm saying? The little dollar menu joint. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's when I started picking up all that dirt weight. You know what I'm saying? And
so
it was.
Your life is harder now, but you figured it out.
Huh?
Your life is harder now.
You know what I mean? Basic. This is how I look at it.
Like, is your life harder though? Since you figured it out?
It's actually better. It's easier.
Hey, that's
you
kind
know.
of what I'm getting
But
at, like,
yeah, because basically, what you doing, you putting a little time to take care of yourself. You spending an extra couple minutes. You know, an extra couple dollars. You understand? Just taking care of your well-being, taking care of your mental, taking care of everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's well worth it. It's well worth it.
And what you don't realize, like, even when I start like looking at like the labels on the back, the nutritional values, for somebody that's even going to try to go vegan or not even complete vegan, but start trying to eat those kind of foods, the best thing that you can ever do is to make it yourself. Go to the store and you can look at any food other than tofu. You can look at any food that they may have, if it's tofurkey or vegan nacho cheese or whatever. The sodium content is higher than the normal nacho cheese. Making it yourself takes takes the process completely out of it.
Right.
So you learn how to make it yourself, and you cut all the other stuff out. Because if you gonna eat vegan or whatever you gonna eat, if you buy it from the store,
it's some bullshit.
Yeah, you can look at it and see that it's already got all that stuff in it. The only way that you're gonna be able to avoid from having that stuff is doing it yourself.
Grow your own food, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, you know,
man,
I never realized how big it was for gardens and farmers markets and all that stuff, because that way you can get the stuff before anything is done to it, and then you can do what you need to do.
You got it. Yeah,
that's kind of the point.
You know, okay.
People do it because it's convenient, it's easier. But having done both, can you say it's now more like tedious or simpler? Like,
to me, I think it's simpler because
which has more benefits?
I mean, doing it yourself has the most benefits, but to me, I don't look at it as being harder because it's helping. Once you get in the mindset of doing something, you won't look at it as it being tedious. That's just like when I start my day.
It serves a purpose.
I get up and I work out. When I cook, whatever I cook, I know it's gonna last me 2 to 3 days. So I already have that planned out. So when that goes out, I'm already looking at the next thing that I'm gonna make, because if I don't have it, then that's when you're gonna go get something you don't need, something fast. So if you start planning your stuff out, plan your day out, write the stuff down, write, okay, I'm gonna work out, then I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna make this today. You get all that stuff accomplished and done, and you done had everything planned out, and it's only gonna be hard when you don't plan it.
Right.
Because then when you don't plan it, then it's like, damn, what I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, like you can plan for, take one day to plan, and that may be the hard day, but the rest of your week goes
So
smooth.
even to accomplish that is going to give you a positive mind state.
Yeah, it is going to put you. I mean, you achieve anything, and it's going to change your mind state. I mean, just for some people, if you can get up and make your bed,
that's an achievement. Yeah.
That's the first thing that you've already accomplished, and you feel like, well, damn, I got that done.
What's next?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, and you just sit there and you stagnant,
it's gonna slow you.
That's gonna slow you down, and it's gonna bring on the state of depression. Because that's how you have people being like, "Oh, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing this? Or what am I doing that?" Accomplish the small stuff, and that'll lead to big stuff. Because it's getting you in that mindset.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I don't think it's harder.
That's good stuff, man.
What would you say to that? the same question.
You know what I mean? I agree, man. You know what I mean? Just take that little bit of time, you know, to start off with, you know, prepare. You know what I mean? Prepare. You know, I do the same thing. I get up, I try to prepare for the day and for the week. You know what I mean? And I notice it makes everything, you know, a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be the kind of guy that
Dang, I was about to say how you used to be. Yeah, go ahead.
I used to try to get everything done in one day. Like when I was off, I used to work Monday through Friday. On Saturday, I would try to, you know, for example, I try to cut my grass, clean the house, you know what I'm saying, make sure the car is clean. And what I found out is that, you know, it was basically frustrating the heck out of me, you know what I mean? And it was just like I wanted to get it done, but I couldn't get everything done. So I would spread it out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Now what I do, I spread it out, but I do meal prep as well. You know what I'm saying? I meal prep. And I found out like with meal prepping, it's it makes your life a whole lot easier. You know what I'm saying? Just taking one day, you know, my wife does, she'll take a day, make all of our meals and stuff. All we gotta do is go in the refrigerator, grab it, you know, warm it up, eat it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's been times to where she's working, she, you know, forgot. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of gets you. Be like, man, you know, shoot, she ain't got nothing in there, man. I'm gonna go get me something fast real quick because I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of stuff, you know, you definitely got to watch out for. So,
yes, it's a holistic thing. The more you learn,
and the more you stay with it, the more you're gonna be. You know what I mean? The better it gets. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be like, man, bump that McDonald's. I'm just gonna go home and fix me a salad or something. Just wait for my wife to get home. You know what I'm saying?
I had ate fast food since 2020.
Man, that's great, man. That's great.
So we're like,
man, my I go to this herbal shop in Shelby, and dude got this. He got it in like his big cake bowl. He has a McDonald's cheeseburger and some French fries. 10 years old, still looks the same. The bread ain't decayed. The meat ain't decayed no more than nothing. You know what I'm saying? You
can't be right,
man. And you know we eating it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, bruh. So a whole lot of food like it. You know, you see what they doing with the McDonald's chicken nuggets. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing but a damn, that stuff ain't even chicken. It's
KFC.
Yeah,
like that's why they changed
it. I couldn't even eat KFC chicken because every time you pull it around, you see that damn slime. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I could never do that. You know what I'm saying? All of it, man. You know what I mean? It has bad health benefits to it. You notice why, you know, when you go to, you know, you eat fast food like that, you know, yeah, it do taste good, but then your stomach start hurting and then you turn that darn bathroom up, or as soon as you eat it, you ready to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? It destroys you, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's beneficial. And that's why I say with the impatience, people look for the convenience.
Yeah.
And that's how you know you're going to get what you get.
I say this like scripture, you know, it said, anything that come easy ain't good.
But see, you know, people, but you got people that don't look at it like that.
Was I talking about that to you?
Yeah, we talking about sometimes.
Me and Raleigh.
Yeah.
He said anything that come easy ain't good, and we was talking about how the easy times has destroyed discipline and structure.
Oh yeah, I mean, most definitely. I won a game the other day because I could remember the most phone numbers.
Man.
Like, I remember at least 5 or 6 phone numbers from like my childhood. But like with the cell phones now,
you ain't gotta remember.
You don't have it. So like, how could you remember a number now? Like, I remember, like, you know, my old house number, but like if somebody was to ask me, oh, what's so and so's number right now, like without looking at my phone, cause it made it convenient, but it kind of dumbed you down too.
Yeah, I'm gonna run down here, man. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna pick my daughter up real quick, man. I'll pay this, man. Word up.
It's always good
Oh
talking to you,
yeah,
bro.
man. You too, my man. You too. Hit me up next time. I'm come see you soon for that cut anyway.
Okay.
Alright.
Appreciate you coming.
Alright, man. No problem, man. Y'all take it easy, man.
Alright, be easy.
Alright, man. Hey, you need that, just give me a shout, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Oh,
get
yeah.
in touch with Sanchez.
Okay.
Alright.
So
Yeah, we gotta make that happen. I only got one more question.
but you don't want to go into the whole massage thing what he was talking about?
Yeah. I mean, this, you know.
So you was talking about, I know earlier you was talking about the how the foot is like a central nervous system.
It's a gateway.
Oh, okay, a gateway.
Yeah.
A gateway. Yeah, explain that as far as
I mean,
the gateways to certain. So, because I'm sure it goes all the way to the fingertips and all that stuff.
yeah. I mean, but
Just tell the whole story again.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, as far as like, okay, like,
What you've learned in this massage journey you in now.
so like, as far as massage, I was just saying, like, the feet are a gateway, and like, a lot of people that I've seen, they're more guarded, like, with their feet. So they come in and they don't want to get their feet done, but like by getting your feet done, it can help you as far as like with your allergies, and it can do a lot of stuff for you. Like even when they tell people to try to ground themselves, which means going outside, barefoot. Like people say that, like they hug trees and stuff like that.
Definitely.
That's how that stuff helps, because you're barefooted and it's coming in through your feet, and that's how you ground yourself.
That energy.
Yeah, the energy. So, and that's why what I was saying when I was saying that the feet is a big part of how you can get help. So, like if you do get a massage, it's very beneficial to take your socks off and get that energy work done, because you can do energy work through the feet.
And that goes. I'm sure that goes also with cleaning the feet and just.
Yeah, I mean everything. I mean, as just far as with your body, like I mean, you want to take care of all of that stuff, because what you don't do to it start to affect you in the long run. I mean, just like even with your feet, if you taking care of your feet, you want to check your feet, make sure all of them wiggling. Because people that don't, I mean, that's what massage does. It brings blood to the body. Because you have people who don't check themselves, and you may have a toe that's got darker and it's not even moving, but because you're not even checking it, that's what's happening, and that's why you need to check those areas and make sure that there's blood going to those areas.
Right.
And that's all over your body, because you can have parts of your body that's not getting blood or not getting oxygen, and that's and it's hurt.
Yeah, that's why.
And we were talking about that.
Antique fix, man, because that should be real.
We were talking about that earlier today too, man. I had somebody come got a haircut, and we were talking about how movement is very important. Staying moving. You can't lay in the bed all day, man. You gotta.
That's what I was
it's
saying
good
about.
to move around, man. Because me, I've been going to the chiropractor lately, a lot lately. And
I was gonna bring up acupuncture too, man.
I've been going to the chiropractor.
That's for massage. It help.
And he was talking about the air bubbles that get trapped in between the joints in that fluid.
Yeah.
And when you pop those, when those bubbles pop, they release gases.
Yeah.
It's like toxins being released.
That's cracking your knuckles. Like when you do that.
But they used to tell us that was bad for us, to pop our knuckles and stuff.
But see, that's all it is. Like when you hear that, that's you releasing those gases.
Yeah.
Like when you pop that, yeah.
So that's good to kind of hear those.
Oh yeah, like going to the chiropractor or getting a massage. Like when you hear that stuff, like that's how you know it's working.
Right.
Like I mean, so like even through massage, like one of the things that I listen for is somebody's stomach growling.
What's that mean?
Because like when you get a massage and your stomach growls, that's your body switching over into the relaxation state.
Wow.
So like you going
but we say it's hunger.
No, I'm saying if it happens and you're not getting a massage, then it probably is hunger.
Right.
But I'm saying you could have just ate. And if you're getting a massage and your stomach growls, that's your body passing over into relaxation state. So that's just your body relaxing and taking in the massage that you get, because the massage is going to release oxytocin, and that's just a feel good hormone, and that's what makes your stomach start to growl.
Oxytocin.
Yeah, oxytocin.
Oxytocin.
It'll release that hormone, and that goes all over your body. And that's what puts you into your relaxation state, so you can enjoy the massage.
Oxytocin.
And that's why I say that's why it's beneficial. Like, that's why massage helps with stress, and that's why it helps with anxiety and sleeping and appetite and all of that stuff.
Oxytocin?
Yeah.
Or oxytocin?
Mm-hmm.
It's oxytocin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hormone.
Yeah. And what it release, you know. But I mean, that's why I say all this stuff is beneficial, you know. It helps with everything. Really.
But it's just crazy how they used to tell us, don't pop your fingers, don't. Or we think we getting old, man. My bone popping. Nah, you might be done gathered up a lot of toxins that need to be released.
And two, that's why you should stretch.
Stretching is important.
Because, like, you know, you have like fascia that's built up in your body, and if you never stretch, so you break fascia up in your body daily.
Fascia?
Yeah, so it's like connective tissues in your body, but like when you don't stretch, it builds. So say a person that never stretches, and all of a sudden this person don't never stretch, and you know, they kind of might be like walking stiff or something like that. If you get up and you stretch every day, you break it up. But from you not stretching, that same stuff that you didn't break yesterday, it's even stronger today. If you didn't break it the day before, now you got 3 days worth of build up. So then you wondering why somebody walking like something stiff, or that's because they're not stretching. They're not getting in there breaking that stuff up, moving. That's why they say a sedentary lifestyle is the way to the grave. If you just sitting there doing nothing,
a thin casing of connective tissue.
Yeah.
That surrounds and holds every organ. Wow.
Yeah.
Surrounds and holds every organ.
Right. So if you're not stretching,
blood vessel, bone, nerve, fiber,
it's just building up.
And muscle in place.
Yeah. And if something is building up, keeping that held in one position or stiff, how you think you're gonna be walking or moving around? You gotta break that stuff up every day. That's why it's good to stretch every morning
and just stay moving.
Stay moving. I mean, like, even what you were saying, like, you know, that helps. Like, that fascia, like, we used to have to do that. So, like, all that stuff helps, because if you let that stuff build up, then you're gonna need to see somebody. But like I said, they don't tell you that, and that's how stuff get restricted. Because if something is tight, that's how people get off balance. You see somebody with a high shoulder, something probably hurting their back. You know, somebody walking.
That's the same thing the chiropractor was telling me. Because he even told me that because I asked him, I said, is it okay if I can go get massages? And he was like, not right now. Because it'll relax you too much, and I'm trying to straighten you out right now.
Right.
So just give it some time, wait till I get you straightened out. Then you can go get the massage.
Then he'll tell you,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and that's
because muscles are he's reactivating muscles that I haven't been using.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you go to the chiropractor, the first couple of sessions, you're gonna feel more pain. Because you're reactivating those muscles, and you're starting to use new muscles that you hadn't been using in a while.
And that's the same thing with massage. Like, you know, I massage, and people say, oh, well, you know, this might be uncomfortable. And, you know, you have to tell them, at first it will be. But, like, when you get up and you get out of here, you're going to feel like $1 million.
Right.
Now, as you go through it, then you might be like, oh, you know, this or that. That's because you could be doing something that your body's not used to. But once your body gets used to it, the massages or the stretching or just whatever exercises, you know, that I may try to give for a person that may need a certain thing, if you start doing those, you start seeing the difference because your body is how it is because you're not doing that at all. And that's what's going on.
So do people's attitudes toward, how can I say this? Because it feels a certain way, people are reluctant to go through the process because it feels a certain way. I mean, okay, let me give you an example. Like, I feel like sometimes people don't want to work out because of the pain it brings. Like, man, this hurts. I'm not going back anymore.
It's possible.
Instead of going through the pain and working through the pain, eventually it's going to go away.
It's going to go away.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it's possible because people do that and then people will look for an excuse.
That's what I'm saying. Like, use that as an excuse.
Yeah, as why they don't want to do something. Because anything that you do, you will have to go through that first building process of it.
Right.
And then it'll smooth itself out.
Right.
And that's why I say the same thing with pills. People feel like as long as I'm taking these pills, I'm not going to have to go work out. Or I'm not going to have to do this. Or I'm not going to have to do that. And that's why they want them pills.
Right.
Because if not, then they will actually have to do the work. They feel like the pill is doing the work for them. So why should I go and do that when this pill going to do it?
Mm.
But you don't realize how you hurt yourself, or you trade one thing for another.
Right. Well, shit, I'm pretty done. You said you had one more thing.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about hip hop. Like, we came in here and you was listening to hip hop,
and you cut my shit down, man.
And it's not just any hip hop. Well, how would you describe your music, the music you like, and how it might have played into your open-mindedness approaching this whole ordeal, this discovery and all that? So
for me, I'm kind of big on like being self-aware. So like me, I know I need stimulation. So the kind of music that I listen to, even the kind of shows I watch, the comedians I like, if it's not stimulating me, I can't listen to them. Like, I can't just sit and listen to something that I feel like is dumbing me down. Like, the music that I listen to, if it has some kind of message or something that's going to be thought-provoking and make me think about something, that's what I want. Books the same way. Movies the same way. TV shows, comedians. Like, when I was younger, I loved Eddie Murphy, but Eddie Murphy was just funny. I still love Eddie Murphy. But as I got older, my favorite comedians are like Chris Rock, Dick Gregory, Paul Mooney, because they were thoughtful. They said stuff to make you think.
Patrice O'Neal.
And that's what I appreciate. To where, as a comedian that's just funny, which that's fine because some people like that. But I would like to laugh and learn. And with my music, I would like to enjoy it and learn as well. So for me, that's what it's about. I mean, even like when you even hear some of those artists talk, their mindset is completely different because they understand what it takes to be where they are. Because you have to have a certain thought process of positiveness, of confidence. You have to have all that stuff because all that stuff plays in a
What up? Name
part.
Name a couple more.
A couple
those
more
traits.
I mean, well, for
you
one,
gotta care, right? You gotta give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to know that no matter what happens, you gonna succeed. Because a person that feels like that, it doesn't matter what you do to them.
Right, absolutely.
Because when you look at confidence, it's different kinds of confidence. So you got confidence of material, to where that's the person that's like, okay, I got all these fly clothes. I'm confident with that. But so if those clothes get stripped from them,
yeah, what you got left?
What you got?
Right.
Then you got confidence and abilities. That's the football player, or the barber.
Artists.
If they get stripped from you,
right? What are you now?
What you got? Who are you?
Right.
And then you got confidence in self. You can't lose that. If you know that whatever that you're trying to do,
you're gonna figure that shit out.
You're gonna figure it out. No matter what somebody's saying, trying to knock you off your idea, you go with what you know you going with. Manifest it. And when it happened, it's because you were self-confident in it. And people will start to gravitate towards that, because at first they're going to be like, whatever. Or, what he talking about, I ain't paying that no attention. But once you start to get that traction, and they're like, well, dog, he did it. Or, it's going.
Right. Gonna stop.
Then they gonna jump on board, because you've had a belief that you saw through, even when nobody else see it.
Nobody else see it.
And that's
vision.
Yeah, and that's the difference, I think, with having self-confidence and having those other confidences. But a lot of those artists, they're not afraid to say what they need to say because they have the self-confidence in what they're saying. Like the stuff that Outkast been saying for years, and Jay-Z or Nas or Kanye.
Before their time, which is relevant today.
Yeah, it's still relevant today. But they didn't look at it as, I can't say this. I'm not going to put this message out. They still said it. And for the people that started to see it or even saw it then, even Wu-Tang, seeing it now, they see how relevant it is. Like when you realize what's going on in the world, and you think about songs like the Outkast had, like AT-Aliens and Don't Let Them Change Us and stuff like that. Like when you look at that stuff, and it's like, that was way back then, and it's still relevant now. Because you got to have a fearless attitude. Like I was listening to a speech of Malcolm X one time, and he said, I live my life like a man that's already died. Because that's the only way he was going to be able to get his point across. Because if he went out there scared, he wasn't going to be able to do it. But you just got to have the confidence and self-awareness that you're going to take on whatever you're about to take on, and you're going to come out on top. And I think that's what kind of chooses the music that I listen to, or just whatever I go into, whether it's entertainment wise or whatever. I need stimulation.
That's what's up, man. Well, man.
Whoa. So how do you think? Okay. There was a second part, like, well, I mean, you kind of explain it. That's just how you are anyway. But it's more like, hip hop being demonized and shit, and that whole thing, and the whole being fearless is being demonized, or kind of being taken out the thing.
Oh yeah, because they don't want you to be.
Yeah, they can't really allow you to be fearless, and they put little shit in your way to kind of deter you. So how do you think having that mindset affected how you approached? Well, I mean, you kind of answered that already, but just being stimulated. I think you gotta have a certain mindset to listen to hip hop like that.
That's why I say it comes with being self-aware.
Right.
I remember one time I was at a cookout, and Jay-Z and Jeezy had dropped, I think, the same week. And they had Jay-Z's album playing. And somebody yelled out, man, turn that shit off. That shit like jazz. Put that Jeezy on. That's the difference. I've had somebody say, man, I try to listen. I think Jay-Z had came out with the album. He had on the front. He had the the statues with no arms. Was that Holy Grail?
3. Ain't that 3? Is that? Blueprint 3?
No, it wasn't Blueprint 3. Blueprint 3 had the red
Yeah.
lines on it for the
You
3.
might be right, Magna Carta.
Yeah, I think it's Magna Carta. But a dude was like, man, I be trying to listen to it, but I had to pull a dictionary out.
Oh man.
And
Damn, sorry to hear that.
is that not what you want? Because you're not listening to something that's keeping you stagnant or dumbed down.
He said he had to pull out his dictionary.
Yeah,
what's wrong with that? That's a good thing.
That's what I'm like. But that's what you want though. It's
something's gonna make you be like, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's stimulating you. It's thought provoking.
Yeah.
Like fuck a school. These niggas teaching me like on a regular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I learn more from rap than I learn from all these motherfuckers.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you want something that's going to like stimulate you, because if you're not into that, then it's not going to carry over. And that's why I say, like, you can say certain things to certain people, and what they take with them could be something completely different than what the next person is going to take with them. Because a lot of people don't want to hear that, because they might feel like, oh, he preaching to me,
right?
Or he's stepping on my toes.
Yeah, but finding a balance between preaching and spitting that's another part of the art.
But I guess that's what he's saying, being aware, self-aware.
Yeah, because if you're not
to know the difference.
But and that's just like, it's a saying, like they say when.
So stop telling me I'll be preaching.
When a leader,
I say judging.
That too, what's the difference?
When a leader walks into the room, some people are inspired and some people are intimidated. Mm. And that's the difference. That's because
the difference between the reception and the music.
Right. And that's just the perception, because those people that are inspired are looking at it like, I can do the exact same thing. Like, that's what I'm trying to be.
And them other niggas is like, man, who the fuck he think?
Yeah, who you think he is? Like, but that shouldn't how you should be looking at it.
Right.
I don't think he's smarter than me just because he's
especially if he's saying something that makes sense.
And exactly what you said is the thing that hurt most people. If you the smartest person in the room, you need to go to another room. Right. Because you need to build.
And that's the thing. Bro, some cats who are aware, they don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I need some stimulation too.
Right. You need to
I want to stimulate, but I want to be stimulated too.
Yeah. Because if you
stop that gay shit, I hate that gay shit.
I mean, because if you are in a situation where you feel where you might be the smartest in the room, then what is that? You at your ceiling.
Yeah, what you doing?
You need to.
Unless you're a narcissist,
right? And that's what you want.
Go find some stimulation. I mean,
right? And if you're a narcissist, then that's what you want. Then you want to be there so you can control what's going on up under you. But if you're trying to grow,
trying to soak up some game,
you're gonna have to keep the stimulation going,
right?
Whatever it is.
What's up?
Yeah, that's how I feel,
man. Everything got covered.
Hey, man, we appreciate your confidence, and your vision, and believing in our confidence and vision on Muddy Water, man.
Oh yeah, I appreciate y'all having me.
Definitely, and we're gonna hopefully we'll have you back on here and get the herbs. You wanna try it?
Oh yeah, I'm about to get with it. Like I said, I want to see how to do it, like as far as tea form though. Like I don't want to do like the eye wash.
However it work, brother.
Yeah.
I just want to see. I just want to see it work. I would love to see it work. Shit, I might need to use my damn self. Sometimes I'll be goddamn.
Yeah, all this shit, nigga, the same exclusive.
I mean, I use some of them other teas, but I ain't never did the ones for the eyes. But I got all the other ones.
Right.
Like that Lion's Mane. That Lion's Mane is good.
What is that for?
It's got all your vitamin D's in it. It's it's mushroom.
Gotcha.
Mushroom powder. Yeah. Yeah, and it's good for focus. Good for focusing, But man, appreciate you though.
Oh yeah. Appreciate it.
Delcato, Mr. Delcato, check him out at Massage Envy. If you need
shit, man.
Yeah, where you at? Where you at?
Yeah, Massage Envy, gassed on you. You can check me out, make an appointment, ask for Tad. I can get you right.
That's what's up. And of course, Black Boom still in the building, always talking shit, but you know, it's all good. We still got love. We still got love for him. Black Boom Apparel, you know, Rich Cuts, Mr. Rich Cuts, all the time. Y'all be easy, man. Peace out.